Hey there, so as requested, I'll be comparing my two top favorite companies being Doterra and Plant Therapy. So as I'm comparing Doterra and Plant Therapy, I'll be going a little bit more in depth and kind of covering different kind of subjects or different criteria people may want me to compare, or things that I'd be looking for when looking into an essential oil company. I know essential oil brands are kind of a hot topic, so there might be some things that may bother some people. This is not intended to bother anyone, just to kind of be transparent, share with you kind of my preferences, what I know, what I see. So the first thing I'm going to be covering is selection and how many kind of essential oils are available for each of the companies. I find that Doterra has a lot of selection. They have really beautiful proprietary blends as well as single blends, but there really is a limit to how many essential oils and which essential oils are available, which is totally fine. When it comes to Plant Therapy, they have a wider selection. They have a lot of oils that I can't seem to find at Doterra, as well as just different chemotypes. So you have thyme and you have all sorts of chemotypes. You see rosemary, you have a selection of chemotypes. There's just a wider variety, a lot more different kind of essential oils found. Next, I'm going to be talking about blends. Both essential oil companies have beautiful blends. However, something I found when I bought Plant Therapy or Doterra blends is that when I buy Plant Therapy blends, I'm not always really sure what exactly I can use the blend for. Of course, in the product description, Plant Therapy does mention what are some of the uses, but I don't really know to what extent and what other things I can be using it for. When it comes to Doterra blends, I do have different resources available to me where I can look up a blend and see just a list of different kind of uses that I can use it for. And just to give an example, I had like a motivating emotional blend, which I would have just used to kind of motivate, uplift myself. And then reading in my book, I see that it's good for mental fatigue and exhaustion, physical exhaustion, digestive issues, to bring that relief, feeling down, overwhelmed, confused, as well as relieving occasional aches and pains. So I have like a whole wide array of things that I know I can use that specific blend for, where Plant Therapy, unfortunately, I don't. So I like this better with Doterra. Another thing I like with Doterra is that when they are using a blend, an essential oil blend, I know that just essential oils are being used. Whereas with Plant Therapy, sometimes I've realized that they've used kind of other ingredients such as essence oils. I believe they use isolate sometimes. I can't remember if they're in the actual blends, but it's something that you really have to look out for if you just want essential oils in your blends. Of course, this doesn't always happen, but it's just something to be aware of. And again, not saying it's a bad thing. So I like the versatility in Doterra blends. I like that they use just essential oils. Next, we're going to talk about ingestion, using essential oils internally. So this is a very controversial topic. There are some aromatherapists that say you should never use essential oils internally. Then you have on the other spectrum of some different kind of representatives saying to use essential oils internally, willy-nilly, without thinking about safety. I believe there's a balance somewhere in between, where I believe that essential oils can be used internally, can be ingested, but it's important to take safety into consideration, to really do your research and to know what is safe and what isn't. And is it really necessary for the risks that you present when taking essential oils internally? So when it comes to Doterra, they do promote the ingestion of essential oils. They do say that certain essential oils that they have can be used internally, therefore ingested. Of course, I want to say no matter the company you are with, there are some essential oils that should never, ever, ever be ingested. So something to just be aware of. Of course, you should be doing your research anyways if you ever choose to do so. But something I do want to say is that the way that Doterra reps and whatnot do promote the ingestion of essential oils, internal usage, I do find it to be either borderline questionable or just straight out unsafe, and really can pose different safety risks to the person doing it. So it's important that if you are going to be doing it, of course, do your research. Whereas with Plant Therapy, not sure if you know this, but they do have a lot of aromatherapists on staff. So that being said, they do promote the safe usage of essential oils, and they actually do not promote the ingestion of essential oils. If you've ever ordered Plant Therapy essential oils, you'll see that sometimes it'll say external use only. But for essential oils that can be technically used internally, I cannot see that warning on those bottles. I know Plant Therapy does not promote the ingestion of essential oils. However, they do say that they do have some customers that do choose to use essential oils internally. So just for me, the fact that it isn't completely clear, it does kind of create this psychological barrier for me that makes me really hesitant to take essential oils from Plant Therapy internally or ingesting, if I ever were to do so. Next up is safety. So for those who know me, you'll know that I am an aromatherapist by training. And that being said, when I have gone to study essential oils formally, study aromatherapy formally, I have learned a lot about essential oil safety. So different aspects when it comes to using essential oils safely. What does that mean? What are safe practices? What are not safe practices? So with plant therapy, as I have mentioned, that they do have a lot of aromatherapists on staff. That being said, a lot of information they provide, such as information on their blog, on their product sheets and whatnot, are really reflective of this. So the plant therapy blog is a really great place to educate yourself on essential oils, essential oil safety, even if you're not using their essential oils. And even when you're looking at their product sheet, let's say you're thinking about purchasing a certain essential oil, they do provide different kind of information, such as, is the essential oil safe for kids? Is it safe for breastfeeding and pregnancy? And all that kind of information, which is super helpful, as well as a topical max. So if there's certain essential oils that should only be diluted up to a certain percentage, that is provided there. So that is really great when it comes to plant therapy. However, there is one thing about plant therapy in terms of safety that I am a little bit uncomfortable with, and that is that when it comes to having ear discomfort, I'm not sure what the proper word is, what I can actually say on that, but when it comes to the ear, there is a essential oil, I think it's an essential oil blend, where there is a dropper where it is instructed to put inside of your ear. For me personally, I say do not put essential oils in your ears. If it comes to a point where you're having ear discomfort, let's say you went out with wet hair in the cold and you feel it in your ear and you really want that relief, I would suggest just putting essential oils behind your ear, right where the bone is right here. That is super effective and it works. I don't promote putting essential oils in your ears. So just one little thing that I am uncomfortable with and I would like to communicate, but other than that, plant therapy is the bomb when it comes to safety. Which leads me to Doterra. Doterra unfortunately has a lot of different questionable and unsafe practices that are promoted in that community by reps and whatnot. And as an aromatherapist by training, I find that to be really concerning because it is risky and it does lead to other people having different complications and can be pretty risky in terms of getting hurt. So as uncomfortable as this is, I'll be sharing with you some essential oil recommendations that are unsafe that may be promoted by reps and in the Doterra community. This is not to attack anyone, but just to provide some safety information so that people don't unnecessarily get harmed. So some unsafe usages of essential oils that are recommended would include using essential oils neat, so undiluted on your skin. This is something that can be risky even if you've done it and haven't been hurt in the past. Generally speaking, I recommend that people always dilute with a carrier oil such as coconut or jojoba or anything equivalent before applying essential oils to your skin. As a general recommendation, aromatherapists say to dilute essential oils before putting on your skin, and although there may be times to be using essential oils neat on your skin, this is more of an exception rather than the rule. Another harmful practice that I see being recommended and promoted would be to be using essential oils internally or ingesting them in a way that is really willy-nilly. It doesn't take into consideration any safety factors and just seems to be something that is casual. Which leads me to another practice, and that would be putting essential oils in your water and drinking it. Essential oils and water don't mix, and I've seen and heard of stories where people have been injured because of this. So unfortunately, this does happen. Next up is chemotypes. So when it comes to essential oils, there are some essential oils that do have chemotypes. This would be plants like thyme, rosemary, basil, as well as other kind of essential oils. So what this means is that it's the same plant, same Latin name, same common name, but chemically it's different and it has a different chemical makeup. And no, I know some people are like, oh, chemicals, that must be fake and synthetic. No, these are naturally occurring chemicals in the plant that are extracted and as a result are your essential oils. So when it comes to plant therapy, kudos to them. They disclose the chemotype. You don't have to be looking around. It is clearly indicated on the product page and the bottle. However, when it comes to Doterra, this is information that's really, really hard to find. I've contacted many people through email, through chat and whatnot, trying to discover what the chemotypes are for the different kind of essential oils that require chemotype being indicated, and I was unable to find this information. So for me, I cannot be using these essential oils in my aromatherapy studies, with my case studies, because I don't know the safety surrounding the essential oils if I don't know the chemotype. So plant therapy is guided on this one. Next up is supplements. I love that Doterra has supplements. They have really cool supplements, different kind of options to have vitamins and implement different supplements into your life. However, there are some supplements that do contain essential oils, so I think it's something to be really mindful of and decide, are you comfortable with it? Are you not? How is it formulated? Are you comfortable with that? Plant therapy, at this point, they don't have supplements, but I have heard that supplements might be coming up. Also, essential oils, or are they not? When it comes to doTERRA, when I'm buying oils, I know that they are just essential oils. Whereas when it comes to plant therapy, they don't just sell essential oils. They also sell essence oils, isolates, and all that kind of stuff, which can be rather confusing or harder to navigate if you're new to the essential oil world and all you want are essential oils, which I'll link a different article talking about the differences between essential oils versus essences versus isolates for those who want to really dive deep into this. So I love that doTERRA just has essential oils, and I know you know what you're getting whether or not you've really looked into it. Where this isn't quite the case with plant therapy, you might have to look into it and say, what am I actually buying? Am I buying an essence oil or am I buying an essential oil? But if you are in perfumery, this might be an advantage because there are essence oils being sold. So for example, if you want to buy ylang ylang essential oil, go to doTERRA, there's only one option, you have it. Whereas with plant therapy, you look up ylang ylang, you see ylang ylang extra, but you also see ylang ylang complete. What's the differences? And you may not know that in aromatherapy setting, we use ylang ylang complete, where ylang ylang extra is more ideal if you are working more with perfumery. Next up, there's other products. So you'll see that each company has their own line of different kind of products. If there are certain kind of ingredients you may want to be avoiding because you see them as less natural, I highly suggest that you look into it yourself, decide what you're comfortable with, decide what you're not comfortable with. I'm not going to point names or fingers at any of the companies because you're gonna have to decide what you're comfortable with and what you're not. So you can look into that and be mindful of it. As I was editing, I realized I forgot a few things. And one of the aspects are children and safe for children. In case some of you guys didn't know, there are some essential oils that are considered to be safe for children, some that are not considered to be safe for children. And this is not a brand specific thing. This is just a question of the chemistry of essential oils. So that being said, both companies have essential oils that are not considered to be safe for children, as well as both technically have essential oils that are considered to be safe for children. It's all about knowing what to look for and knowing which ones are actually safe and which ones aren't. So although I recommend that people always do the research, when it comes to plant therapy, the work is done for you. Plant therapy has their kids line where you will see a little logo on all the essential oils that are considered to be safe for children. They have different single oils as well as blends, so essential oil blends that are specifically formulated for children. And their Kid Safe line is formulated by Robert Tisserand, world-renowned expert in the world of aromatherapy. And it really takes the guessing out of, is this essential oil safe for my child? If you're a parent and you're like, I don't know which essential oils are good for children, which aren't, which are safe, look no further. Plant Therapy has their little Kid Safe logo on every essential oil that's considered safe for children, which can really give a parent some peace of mind when they're choosing an essential oil. However, on the other hand, with doTERRA, they don't specifically mention whether an essential oil is safe or not for children. I unfortunately hear a lot of reps saying that, well, it's natural, so it's safe, which unfortunately, just because something is natural doesn't mean it's safe. But back to doTERRA, they actually do have a kids line. From what I've seen is that they are roller balls. So essential oils that are already pre-diluted and ready to roll on. What are the dilution rates? I actually don't know. And when I looked into the ingredients of the different kind of essential oils in a lot of the kids' lines blends, I noticed that there were different essential oils that were not considered to be safe for children, which might be kind of concerning. So for me, I actually contacted doTERRA because I really wanted to know the dilution rate of the roller balls, because for me, dilution is a very important piece of safety information, not only to know the dilution rate, but then also to see what dilution rate were these specific oils being used, so I can have peace of mind of knowing should I or should I not be using these on children. So I'm not saying this to specifically shame any company, but I do want to raise awareness because I think every parent has the right to know this kind of safety information. And I believe that everyone should be encouraged to be asking themselves good questions when it comes to using products with their children so that they can be both empowered and safe. So when it comes to doTERRA products, I'm not really sure what to make of this, but when it comes to Plant Therapy and their Kids Safe line, I have no problem recommending it to friends and family, saying that they can trust that it says kid safe and it actually is kid safe. Which leads me to my next point, and that's transparency. When it comes to buying rollerballs from both these companies, Plant Therapy is really transparent. If you look at their product page and or labels of the rollerballs, it usually is marked what percentage rate each of the rollerballs are. If not, Plant Therapy's customer service can be easily contacted and you can find out that information. However, when it comes to doTERRA, whenever these questions are asked or when I've asked these questions in the past, I've always been told that it's proprietary information and that this proprietary information will not be disclosed. However, for me, I see dilution rate as safety information, so it is kind of hard when a company is not able to give you that piece of safety information, being the dilution rate of their rollerballs. Because knowing the dilution rate helps give you a better idea who it is safe for and who it is not safe for. Because there are different dilution recommendations for different age groups, as well as if you're pregnant, if you're not, and so on and so on. Also, a quick thing to mention is that both companies do offer GCMS reports. Plant Therapy's GCMS reports is available prior to purchase, whereas doTERRA's is available after purchase. So that's something to consider if that's important to you. Hey, if you have a favorite essential oil company or essential oil companies that you go to, please comment them down below and share with them why you chose the companies you did or why you use the ones you do, and what brought you to this video. But if you like videos where we're comparing different kind of essential oils and essential oil companies, be sure to check out this playlist. If not, there is another video that you may like down below. And of course, if you like this video, feel free to smash the like button and subscribe if you want to see more videos. Anyways, take care and bye-bye.